Let there be peace and love. Welcome to Satsang. I cannot insist enough to be clear about what you want to fulfill, what's the meaning of this life for you. If it comes to the desire for liberation, it has to be the guideline of the life, it has to be essential. And being so, all other desires, or they will be still showing up on the way, or they will disappear, but they will get their secondary place. You cannot control whatever this body brings with this birth. But what you can have is to make it a point, a determination to want to be free. All the rest has to follow. They have to surrender that they appear, doesn't matter. Everything else has to surrender to this desire. So it's not a question of transforming happenings or of following or not movements of the mind. But the condition is to be determined, to have one pointed direction towards liberation. Everything else will follow, burnout on its way, fulfilled on its way. That is nobody's control. I repeat myself all the time, but it is so true, you see. So maybe at times, even though you may be where you hear satsang and you live in satsang, it is once in a while not unnecessary to remember that this incarnation is to fulfill the fact you took this birth for, means desire for freedom. You see? And trust that. Trust it. How can you not trust also? It gives you the guidance for it. It allows you to be helped. That is the essential. All the rest don't care much how your life appears or not. Don't care much. But of course, that pillar has to be unshakable. And as long as it is not so strong or so obvious that one is fully determined for that, come and live where satsang is expressed. That will give strength, that will give more attraction and put fuel on the fire. So what? Any question? Anything you like to share? Please do.
Ganga.
Well, yeah.
I thought that my search stopped. I had this.
Okay.
Okay. And then I saw that it's not so loud like before, but it's still there.
Yeah.
And it's one thought too much. That sometimes it's come and it say like you're losing or you're not there now. So it's coming.
Mm-hmm.
So sometimes I don't follow the mind. Okay?
Yeah,
I say
sure.
I don't listen to you out. But I see that it's there. So
Yeah.
this is convert me as a search again. It's bring me to
Exactly. If you listen to it, you will be again a seeker.
it's not loud, but it's there. I can really see it.
Loud or not, you see, it doesn't matter much. The thing is not to hear it, not to be impressed by what it says, that thought. The mind will never surrender, you see. Will never surrender. It will always have something to present you. You have finally to hear. The mind will never tell the truth about who you are, what you are. So why do you worry that thought is there still? Let it die by itself, let it disappear by itself. But if you start to stir up as you do now, it will come again. Because there is a weakness there. Don't believe your mind. That's why you see, what is this kind of vigilance? We speak of vigilance sometimes. Vigilant not to follow a thought. And you see, the most poisonous ones are probably the spiritual thought, because they have a concept, such a high concept of enlightenment, which is not high at all in reality. It's very limited. But in the mind, that you never reach that concept. And then that makes say, oh no, you are not yet there, or this and that, and comparing, so you fall into comparisons. Be free. Don't be tyrannized by your mind. We search because I was tyrannized by my mind, so I search. I search something beyond. I search something to escape that terrible tyrant. And there is no escape in the mind. There is an escape when suddenly you realize, I was never the mind. They are just passing clouds. So, but you see, of course, doesn't apply to you, but it gives me this thought that as long as you are not cleared enough, means as long as you are not emptied enough in the mind, you may take those indications wrongly. You see, it can be that, oh, I will build a conviction that I am free, and so I don't listen to thoughts, but yet I am not seeing that I am basing myself on a conviction, on a strong, arrogant thought. Huh? So you see, that's why I like that you expose, because you never know if you fool yourself or not. Realization of the self is not a conviction in the mind. You see? Never. It reveals itself when finally the moment the mind doesn't talk or doesn't show up in a certain way. So I am born to realize my own self, what is. I dedicate this life to this, but you have to understand well, the attitude is inner attitude. It abides in me, whatever the life makes me live. So that's why I have no ashram here. There is no special retreat to be silent in retreat, and then what? Then it means you can speak after the retreat. For me, it helps to do that for few, for most are few, but at some point you have to really take it more innerly, you see. To redirect experiences, let it be sensual, emotional, to redirect thoughts to their source doesn't require a special movement of the body or of a stage of life. You see, that's what I learned with my master, and it was amazing. As it was a life with him, there were moments, of course, of, let's say, sacred moments, and other moments one from outside would say worldly moments, when you make tea or when you go to the market and are busy here and there, or whatever, you see. He made it in such a way that we were never feeling separated from, and as I was a seeker then, from this kind of magic of something else. You see? He removed the imposed concept of separation. This attitude will help more to realize than that attitude. It's not true. It may help up to a certain point, I agree. But at some point, you have really to make it your life. Whatever happens, to make it your life. And funny enough, finally, when you make it your life, you have a life in this body even doesn't look like probably the life of a real serious seeker. But because of that unique interest, you will have naturally too moments of total natural meditation. And when I say natural meditation, you just keep quiet. But it comes as a consequence rather than first be like this and then some result. No, go first for the essential and then some consequences arrive, happen or are naturally showing up. Any question about that? No. It's good, okay. After all, it's about one day having no interest in the questions. But don't fake yourself. doesn't help.
Kanga, there is something I would like to, like when you say that to make it your life, I would like to somehow ask something about it, but I cannot form the question. Like myself, I need to do in life some decisions, big decisions, and from this point of view, it's, or somehow it feels that no matter what is the decision, it will be whatever. But and I'm trusting that. I mean, let's not take it here. But somehow this question that how to make it your life is.
Well, about life, there is a life. Why? Because there is a person. Yeah? It's not the contrary. There is a person, then there is life. It's not that there is life and then there is a person. Okay. So, as a person, yeah, probably in this life you have sometimes to go or to the right, and sometimes no, or what, to the left is better, and you are a bit into that. But it's concerning the person, huh? Yeah. Okay, you can. Of course, you dedicate some time to be clear or not, or I don't know what. We know what it is, huh? The life. We know what it is. Now, what I mentioned is that person, as long he takes himself as a person, of course he has things like that in the life, but the background should be, I don't forget the essential. I come to really know if I am a person at all. And then you can inquire, okay, and then the decisions, it's about the person. And the rest, the essential is that, but who is this I after all? You can always dedicate, it's not a question of time. It's to dedicate a moment just to show up your mind that is in great danger now, because you are not going to be tyrannized all the time, you see? And that is the beginning of the end for the mind. So, I don't know, I didn't reply especially to your question, but decisions, as long as you think you are a doer, it's always difficult. And even when you are not a doer, the person appears, and to that person sometimes it can be also difficult, and then what? But then if you know who you are, it will not shake it so much that you are still going to search and you feel lost and you feel like that. Huh? It's the main, it's a big thing. I don't know if I replied.
Yes, you did. Yes, you did, before and now.
Okay. Once you are clear about which meaning you want to give to this incarnation, if the answer is I want to dedicate this incarnation to finish off with incarnations, and that I'm here and I trust it's by knowing really who I am. Okay? So, what I wanted to say? Oh, the rest, you see, the rest. Yeah, I wanted to say something. So, one is still a seeker, no, in that position. That he still has to realize himself. As a seeker, you have to, if you want to have that liberation as your only target, it's true that you will have to looking like having some kind of sacrifice. No, I want this to be realized, so I put myself in a context where this is lived, is heard, or where one speaks about that, where there is satsang, and so naturally I will not have a mundane life only somewhere else. That is the choice. But the rest, I don't know. I cannot speak more about that. But it's also natural, you see. You don't, even if you are still attracted because of the past with a few things, you may still be attracted where there is satsang, but at least you come to satsang. You come to satsang. The rest will have its secondary place.
Yes, yes. It's that decision has been made a long time ago.
Yeah.
You mentioned that sometimes the mind feels in great danger, and I already had that feeling, like the mind has been trapped. How to? It seems that I understood something, or
Yeah.
immediately the mind comes and I'm trapped and just goes.
Okay. Okay, but you see, you have to understand that it's the person who is trapped. Huh? You are a person? So it's good, it's part of the self-inquiry. Who says he's trapped? Probably true, otherwise he would not have this experience. And the moment he says already he's not trapped, but this movement happens to I. And I think or I thought I was. So it's an excellent moment to ask, but who is this I? Who am I? And then it dissolves, you see. Is there any happening which is left then?
No, but the mind is so scared that it's not able to...
Scared to go to its source?
It's scary.
You know, you are already yourself. You know that? So let the person be scared. She's right. Because she will lose the kingdom. Who cares? Anyway, it's an illusion to be a person. Let it be scared. He knows very well, scared because I will disappear. But don't have the concept that I will disappear as a death, you see. No, the concept of its reality will disappear. And look how happy they are all those who have been freed from this concept. Why you are scared? You must have a concept of what? Tell me your concept. How do you represent that which...
Maybe of death itself?
Death, yeah, that's what I say. You have an idea, because the mind doesn't know something else than a disappearance, and a radical disappearance means death, in the mind. Yeah, but it's fake. It presents you a wrong idea. So you are scared of your concept. It's finally such a, let's say in limited words, such a joy to be freed from concepts, you see, because then you are not tyrannized by concept. You are afraid of a concept only. Can you drop it? And just ask, who am I? And you cannot ask who am I if you bring a concept with you. That is the amazing, strange quality of this subjective question. You can't ask this question if you carry anything with you. Because if you carry anything, I will never go to its source. It's fixed on that thing. And even if it gives up the thing with what you were, where you fixed yourself before the question, it will jump on another something. So you never ask really this question. So try to be aware of that. Yeah. And then ask me again something, if necessary. Yeah? Okay, it's important. But that's why also, you see, I insist so much to have, we cannot control that too, but be wise, try to see that this desire for freedom, it is such a gift. It's such a gift because it gives you to be freed from illusory fears, attachments, and so on. So make it stronger that then the fear of death, you can, even if you need all your strength for it, you may just don't look at it for once. But you need that fire. How is the herb?
So yesterday I was thinking, and I write everything in my mind to get it out. And then I start to walk. I should not be walking. And I was thinking, there's something more. I understand samadhi. I understand no mind. I understand this one, but I don't understand never mind.
You're
and
right.
I was in my kitchen, and eventually I was like, too much, just sit. And I sit on the kitchen table, just like this, and then I disappeared, and I go, and it was bliss. Everything stopped.
This is never mind, yeah.
I understand.
You understand? No, never mind. It's not into understanding.
Yeah, it's too much, so I go. And it was good. But then I come back, but I understand the fear. I relate. Because as you were talking earlier, I am conditioned very heavily from a childhood religion. Not just like go to church on Sundays. My family were like a cult. You know, we read the Bible every day, we hold hands, we pray. I told my parents, after 2.5 years in India, I tell my parents, I don't believe in your religion. And they tell me, okay, we love you, okay, but you will burn in hell.
Oh wow!
Become a minister on the Seventh-day Adventist. Like, I mean, it's so extreme. And
Yeah, they are extremely.
it's like they talk in tongues, they are healed, they fall on the floor, they shake, they do. And so I ask questions about God. I don't want to burn in hell.
As you say, you see, if you bring God, but you speak of the religious God, the God imagined by religion, there is paradise and hell. That is the main thing of the religion is fear. To give fear, so that you are on the right path. Huh? Yeah, but all this, you must say, you must see, it's really quite a movie. It's a story. It is a way which may fit a few, of course it can be, but for those who went through that, you started to question it. Otherwise you would not be there. So if you question it, honor your questioning, means don't be afraid with whatever they will tell. It's all based on their own fear and on a belief of what? That they are a creature of a God somewhere? What is all this? It's your birthright, finally, to question. Okay? Okay. So, let them say that it is their faith. Wish them the best. Don't swallow it. Be like a duck. You know, when it goes in the water, they are still dry. Be like a duck. It's much better than to think. Please, what?
If I'm wrong, it's big consequences.
You still doubt?
A little, I'm scared.
Yes, I understand. So I encourage you not to listen to your mind, because the doubt is in the mind, hell is in the mind, paradise is in the mind, God is in the mind. You see, try to see that well. It's part of the discrimination of self-inquiry. And if at all one of those disappear, are not there just for a moment, means they are in the realm of changes. So when you sleep, are they there?
I have these moments at my kitchen table where I'm like, I understand God. I'm okay, it's in the mind. Hell is in the mind. You torment yourself. This is hell. It's not, I understand this. But then I have a moment of realization and then boom, the mind comes and the fear comes.
Yeah, but you didn't hear maybe that never ever give right or give power to the mind. It will not tell the truth. It can only conceive dually. It's hell paradise. You see, it's only like that. And when it doesn't conceive dually, you know what it does, this bloody mind? Beyond. There is always a beyond. When you reach the beyond, it's fine. No, there is another beyond.
I know this one.
But this is the mind's play. Know it. It is the mind's play that you are demystifying now. It's not real. honor your own glimpses. Honor, this is the truth. And when the mind, because the mind reappears anyway, when the mind reappears, don't go there, even for one thought. Let the second thought, if you can't, you go there. But no, it's not real. It's not real. I'm not going to bind myself by the mind. You know the way now. Okay. Great. You're courageous. It's great. It's a blessing to come out of religion. It's a blessing.
I decided to I say something in satsang because to just because I had a so I had a fear, which is the past, that there is a part of self, and there is to lose it, there is another part which is to lose it, which is like drawers or corners,
Okay.
and now it's no corners
Yeah.
now. I mean,
Yeah. You see, it's very good to be freed from an image. Yeah, she's funny. No, but she expresses something. You see, sometimes you have images which are more traditional. You have a very special image. But anyway, any image will not do.
Yes.
I'm very happy you dropped this box,
Yes.
these corners.
Yes.
So where are you left? That direction is better. Yeah, one is more happy when there is no image. Don't throw it now. Et Sébastien, tu veux pas exprimer quelque chose?
I see he's struggling.
You struggle.
I feel some resistance.
Yeah.
And I try to apply the who is struggling or
Yeah.
resisting.
Yeah.
And I try to practice.
Yeah. But so don't say that you practice. Maybe once is enough, you know. Okay. So do it at some point in the satsang. Do that and tell me if you can still speak. Tell me something. What?
Nothing comes.
Okay? That direction is better? You see, you have to honor what is not honored in the mind. You have to honor that direction. That direction, of course, the mind will lose its power there. So be attracted by that. Know that this is the right direction. Hmm? Okay.
I understand. I do it.
Yeah.
And then I feel sometimes back in some fog of.
Yeah. Why? Tell me why. Because
the mind is back on.
Because speak of I. No, it's not. You're not a victim. I caught a thought.
Yeah, but the point is, I don't see the thoughts. In fact, sometimes
Yeah, it doesn't matter. The moment you see, oh, I'm caught, what you do then? Stop.
Stop and come back.
Yeah. Mm.
When I see that, it's okay. I can do that. But sometimes I'm here. I don't know.
Sometimes, yeah, because you will appreciate, you will not only appreciate, you will love more and more, or you will have, through this right understanding, this clarity, that the mind will make me search and suffer. So you like less to go there. That's all. You use it as a tool for the world, but for this search, to realize yourself, it has to lose its power totally. This way. And it's possible that for a while you have to be reminded again and again by your own self, by coming to satsang. It's possible, doesn't matter. The reward is so precious. Yeah.
is the subtle I.
Who sees that? Stay with what sees that. You see, we are so used to use the mind that if you reply with the mind, even if it is about the subject, you will always say I. You are not obliged to reply with the mind. You see, for a while, of course, I, but then you have to ask, who am I? And don't say, but who is asking who am I? Otherwise, it's a vicious circle. Like hamsters when they are in their wheel, you see. We are hamsters then. Of course, if you search, you ask a question with your mind, even it can be this. You reach I, you have to always reply with I because you are used to speak with the mind. At some point, there is always an awareness that we never know what it is, which sees everything. And if you say reply again I, you are into I and its world. You can simply keep quiet from where you see the whole thing. And the mind doesn't enter here. Bass once for all. And all the rest appear on you, disappear from you. Know the nature of things. What appears is unreal by nature. It's called unreal. It goes on changing. It was not there before. It appears. It has a span of life. It disappears. This is, you see, what appears. And what's always there, you see, whatever shape of appearance appear, what's always there, it's always there, you are it. It is not subject of starting, flow of life, ending. Whatever is not here now. But when you say no, you can say, oh yes, I am here. No, every now, whatever is not here now, it's not it. It's an appearance. So you are left, you cannot put a shape to that. And that's what exactly is indicated. It has no shape, it has no name, you cannot describe it. That's what you are. So where the mind goes, beyond, my God, it's too much far. Even prior, you see, prior. Then what? It means you are fixed somewhere and there is a prior. You have to prior. well, it's a good indication. But I think you are it. And just see that what makes you think you are not it is because you enter into a movement of the mind. Try to see that.
Why is it that in life we have moments where there is no I, when we are completely absorbed in something or in deep sleep, but we don't realize the self? So it looks like we need a mind somehow to realize or to be there in a way.
It will not be the mind. That's why it is called also awareness, you see. Awareness is not a function of the mind. It's true. Even in childhood, if you can remember that they have known that, but there was not this awareness, if I can say so. You see why it's it is said, no, realization is self-realization. There is a word, even though it's not the event, but the self-realization. I think other word could be awareness. And in that way, you don't know, the mind doesn't know what it is. That's true. The mind doesn't know. And yet, when there is self-realization, one knows. One knows. I know and I don't know through the mind, but I know. That's why the search drops also, you see. So that knowledge, we call it awareness. No, I don't know. I cannot say much more. But that has to be it's awakened when the mind is not taken for real. And in sleep and all, even you see a fantastic sunset, or you make love, you have those moments. That's why everybody wants to go back there. There is a kind of bliss of no mind. But you see, it is caused, and it is the mind translates it. So you have not demystified that the mind has no power here. That is the trouble of glimpses, you see. You have even, let's say, a glimpse. Suddenly it looks like you have this experience of, oh, I'm not this body and this mind. And for some reason, it is a glimpse because there was not this solid background to hear, not a single thought which will appear after is real. One takes it again for real because there is not this solid background. So it becomes, if the thought looks like real, then it's no more the same. It doesn't present itself in the same way after, you see. Then one thinks he lost it, and you know those things. That's why it's very, very, very important to hear again and again what it is not and it cannot be contained in a thought. A thought will never reach there. You know, there is a Papaji loved to quote just that sentence. Even the moon and the sun don't reach there. It's from the Gita. They don't reach there. The mind doesn't reach there. I've been deluded myself a lot because of that. Not that you get glimpses like every day you have your little glimpse. I mean, people speak a lot of glimpses when it's an experience. I speak glimpse. It's like really, it's so striking that you bathe in it. You are colored by it for quite a while. There is a before and a after. But what I wanted to say is what? Yeah. Yet something has not been seen in the glimpse, because it was still I who was so dilated, let's say, became so vast that it's no more the I one knows generally, but there is still I there. So if I still there, it means the mind has not yet been demystified. I will look real. So when a thought arises after, looks like real, of course, because I who got the experience has not been touched, is still real. Yeah. But don't worry, one learns its lesson. Yeah. If he wants freedom. So I will comment what you said. Keep quiet and be free. Keep quiet and be free. You wrote that. You see, it's very beautiful. Keep quiet, I mean, I will tell you what I really mean by keeping quiet. Finally, you realize that whatever appears is a movement of the mind. So keep quiet is not addressed to I am into a movement of the mind. It's a kind of pointing out, keep quiet where you could see that I always enter into appearances in movements of the mind. And I like because it's keep quiet and be free, means that itself is freedom. It's an indication, It's an indication. Don't stop at the word quiet and free. They are indications. It's the only thing one can do because it cannot be described. Indications. It can be a very nice guideline in the life. What did you ask me? It's forgotten.
My question?
Yeah. It's forgotten or?
No.
No.
Well, I remember what I asked. Yes. I asked.
It is not solved then.
No, it is. You told me why.
Okay,
it cannot be
fantastic.
realized.
So it's solved. So you will not go back there. Ever.
Yes.
Because you see, if you have questions, it's totally very good. But if with when an answer which is okay at the time it is given, but is all right, but if you go back to the question, then you don't even empty your mind. You have to know that every question, the goal is to empty it. So you have not to go back there anymore. It's solved.
But sometimes I feel like I need to think about it to really understand it. Otherwise, I forget and then I start to ask again.
Okay, but then, yeah, okay. But I also tell the goal of why I encourage to ask questions. But I also encourage to swallow the direction of the answer, so that you have not to go back to the question. Okay? This is the goal, in fact. Yeah? Yeah. Because you see, I've seen many who go to different teachers, and they always ask the same question, probably because they are not satisfied, but also they don't understand what's going on also. Satsang is not to accumulate in the mind answers. It is to be freed from questions, and it arrives from the owner of the question. This is it. Agni. It's cold, we need a chai. So if you don't come anymore to satsang, what would be, have you still something to ask? Because you take it for granted that you will live tomorrow or I will live tomorrow, whatever. You have to know that what? It is urgent. Ah, you wait the last minute. Okay, Jalo, tell me.
I don't know, maybe I die or...
You were sleeping! Okay, tell me.
I see it's quiet and free
What? It's quiet and free. There?
there.
Yeah? There?
Yeah, but I cannot reach it.
This gestures itself deludes you, because then you cannot reach it. It's rather like that. Huh? No, but it's rather like that. Why don't you do this first, and then maybe you will not speak of reaching it? Never do that. That is a religious God somewhere there.
Yeah, because I see it. I see it.
Whatever you see is bullshit.
Yes.
Okay. So. Okay. Some beyond. Oh. No. No beyond. It's the mind who tyrannizes you. It's nearer your pupil. Pupil, I don't know. Pupil? No. Peep. Huh? Your peep is...
But now it's here.
Go farther, then what? Can you not reach?
Now I don't have it to reach.
That's much better. Just a gesture. You see?
Yes,
You see?
Yeah.
That's what I say. Just a thought
Yeah.
troubles. Just a gesture. Because then somehow you give such authority.
Yeah.
Good? Good, you see
Thank
it?
you very much. Yeah.
Mm.